What's up, YouTube? It snowed. I made a snowman. Let's get to the video. Boom! What's going on, guys? Forrest here, Hunter here, hanging out in the fish room. It is video time because I was bored, and that's what I do when I'm bored, is I make a video with YouTube to fill my time and to allow me to... He doesn't want to be in here for this. Alright, are we going to leave? Bye, YouTube. I guess he didn't want to be in our video today. Alright, so, like I said in the intro, just got like freaking probably 6 inches of snow in about 4 hours maybe. Crazy stuff, lots of snow. Purpose of today's video is that today's video has no purpose, and that's what the purpose is for today. Just hanging out. One of my few days this week. I've been busy at work. Kind of, don't want to say neglecting the fish room, but the fish room, you know, when you're at work all day and then you come home, you don't really have a whole lot of time to do stuff. So I finally got caught up on my water changes. I'm good for the week. I did a big 50% water change on that entire system, which does take me a while because my hot water heater can't handle all of that water volume at once. It'll all just come out cold, and I can't do a 50% change on that with just cold water. I do like to use the warm water. I'm not gonna get into that stuff. Blue. Like I said, all cut up for the week on water changes, so that is golden. These two are doing great. I do believe the fry, if you didn't check out my last video, I'll put an annotation around there. If you didn't check out my last video, I was showing the fry. Got a pretty decent shot of the current batch of fry in, munching on the eggs. And it appears as if the current batch did a good job dispatching those guys. So, just one of those things that happens. The fantastic, awesome, great part about the whole situation is, under those circumstances, what will usually happen, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but if a pair of fish spawn, if say these two fish spawn, which they did, so we're right on par with the reenactment here. Pair of fish spawn, and then miraculously somehow, let's backtrack a little bit. Now, with these two fish, they live together and they coincide well, but there is a balance of power between a pair of fish that is delicate, because at any point in time, just like that, with most pairs of fish, if the male decides that he does not want the female to be alive, there is nothing really that she can do to defend herself, honestly. Males are just much more powerful, a lot more hormones through them, and 9 times out of 10, you know, your male fish is going to outgrow the female and be a larger, more powerful, bigger fish. You know, look at this guy right here, is a freaking beast. So the male kind of controls the power within the relationship to, you know, I don't want to put it lets them survive, because, you know, pairs do coexist and bond together. But if he decides that he doesn't want her living anymore, he can make that decision. And so back to what I was talking about, if the fry suddenly disappear, the eggs suddenly disappear, what can happen is the male, no matter what the cause is, the male can blame the female for that, and if he decides to flip his lid, there is a high likelihood that he is going to beat the living tar out of his female and or possibly kill her. So the great part about this situation, which is where I got it before we got off on this tangent, is the fact that the eggs disappeared. I believe this little batch of fry being still in here keeps them at ease. They've still got they've still able to utilize the parental behaviors. And so, long story short, he didn't kill her because the fry disappeared, and that is fantastic. That means they've got a great bond. You know, they do have plenty of space to survive in. It's not like they're in cramped quarters and all that stuff, and then she does that one thing to tick him off. So, awesome possum, very cool stuff. You guys can come check out Hulk. This fish is so angry, so angry. All he does all day, if I get within 2 feet of his tank, and especially if I'm not paying attention, I always get to hear that. I get to hear that little, or I get to see splashing, or I get splashed from behind. Usually it's as soon as I walk in the fish room, you know, I open the door, I walk in there, and then he's standing here for some reason, and then just doing that stuff. So if I get anywhere near his tank, he just decides he wants to kill me. Like I said, just got finished doing the water change on this system. Very happy I got that out of the way. Gonna have to do gravel back on that system next week because I skipped out on that because I wanted to. For me this week, it was more important. Sorry for my cameras going around. It was more important to get the water changed out than clean the gravel. Everything was good for that. But they're doing good. A lot of snow on the ground. Not fish news, but kind of cool news for myself. As a young man, adult, I haven't made a whole lot of adult purchases, and today bought my first car. Got my first car that I paid for. So basically my first adult purchase of my life. So pretty cool stuff. So not fish related, but figured I'd share with you guys anyways because we're hanging out. So yeah. I don't really have a whole lot to say to you guys. I'd show you guys my snowman. I might take a picture and cut it in there right now. I made a beast of snow. The snow we got tonight, because it's a little warmer, probably in the 30s. And I think it's actually raining right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I think it's actually raining right now. The snow is nice and sticky. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna miss this opportunity. And so I made a snowman that's about 6'8". It probably weighs about 700 pounds. So you guys have seen that picture already. Beast of a snowman. He's a stud. I got a little hunter snowman over there too. Made a snowman for his mom, but fell over. Bad craftsmanship. I was tired. But video was basically to say hi. There's one other thing that I want to talk about. And it's kind of a shout out / thank you to 2 guys on YouTube who actually just did a video together. The Rick 2325 and John over at KG Tropicals. 2 guys that aren't really in my group of friends. You know, Mike, Conway, all those guys. We talk about each other all the time. Always giving each other shout outs. And you know, you guys know how that stuff works. Rick and John, however, both went out of their way. John, months ago, he did a video months ago where he basically gave me a shout out, said I was a goofy guy, said I made good videos. I can't remember exactly what he said, but and then when I did the interview with Rick, those 2 days were my 2 highest sub gaining days in my entire YouTube career, and you know, I think that shout John gave for me, that little bump in subs, I give a lot of credit to that, or a lot of motivation was instilled in myself that, holy crap, somebody else out there who's pretty big on YouTube was watching my stuff, and I was, you know, it took me aback, and I've tried to do the best kind of videos that I can, or, you know, whatever, and but I just wanted to thank those 2 guys, Rick and John both, you know, for doing what they did. You know, the interview with Rick, he asked me, and, you know, I was honored, and really had a fun time doing it. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give a shout out to those 2 channels. 2 of, honestly, my favorite channels, guys that I watch. There are so many guys out there on YouTube, so many guys that I'm subscribed to. Can't watch all of them. I think I've got like 600 subscriptions. But, you know, I'm not that guy to go out and ask for people's subscriptions. I've never I don't think I've ever asked for a subscription. I'm not a sub for sub guy. Never was. My way of getting subscribers or trying to earn subscribers or whatever, views, has always been, if you're going to subscribe because you like my content, then that's why you would subscribe. Not because I clicked the subscribe button on your channel or I gave you a shout out in a video. And those two guys, you know, for people just going out of their way to do something for me or with me or whatever it was, pretty cool stuff. And, you know, I give a lot of credit to those guys, a lot of props to those guys. If you're not subscribed to John over at KG Tropicals, who has absolutely skyrocketed in subscribers, I mean, I could only dream to have taken the same trajectory he has. And then another big shout out to Rick, who also just keeps on trucking. I think he's almost to 4,000. Got a ways to catch up to those guys. We just passed 2,300 though, so I'm just having a blast with it. But like I said, I've never been that guy to try and mooch off of other people, but I want to thank the guys who, you know, I really have mooched off of. Like I said, my two highest days are the days that I got a shout out from John and you know, from Rick's video where we did the interview with myself. And you know, I just had a fun time with it. And again, just wanted to thank those guys, and it's pretty cool stuff, you know, how awesome this community is, and you know, how people helping each other out and all that kind of stuff. Go check out the Rick's video, his interview, Rick One-on-One, the Rick One-on-One, with KG Tropicals. Those two guys, awesome stuff. Subscribe to both of them, alright? Nothing else I got to say to you guys. Let's see if we can get a good shot of a Rio Mag, F1 Rio Mag fry thingy. Because Spike doesn't look like he's going to be coming out. There are some absolute studs in this tank. There's at least 3 or 4 of them. That's one of them right there. This guy. I've seen at least 3 or 4, maybe more than that. There's another one right there. The body shape on these so-called studs is just, there's a very obvious difference between those fish and the other fish. Look at this guy right here, all sorts of. You might have noticed that the camera cut off because the camera died, but thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Code word for today: too close to the last one. I was gonna do cup. We're not gonna do cup. Code word for today: spoon.